All right, so Ethan Klein and Casey Tron's lawsuit had come to a settlement yesterday. I didn't get around to seeing it, but I'm gonna probably just look at what she says, and I might look at what Ethan says, but mostly just what she's about to say. So yeah, let's check it out. All right, so apparently this is just a long ass timer, so I'm gonna skip all this.
Begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins.
Oh, okay, so this is gonna be a flogging session. Got you. She is yeah. Okay, settlement is being nice about it. So she got cooked, and she's got to go do this victory lap of okay, yeah. So she's getting flogged. Oof. You hate to see it, but you could have avoided this. But we'll continue on. Let's see where else this goes.
This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
Okay, so we all know that she's just reading the script because we know she doesn't believe this at all. So, but I mean, it's still better to have it than not. But all right, all right, all right.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any.
Damn. Well, that's tough if that's true. Well, actually, why did I just say that? She just said it, so it's true. Um, because didn't she probably got the most money out of any donations out of whatever. At least what I remember. I haven't been keeping too close to this. Um, so so maybe it was just that. So maybe that's why he didn't feel the need to do so. But if not, I mean, I really don't think she was actually really part of his crew, honestly, or anybody he really endorses or fucks with. So it makes sense, but it it kind of leads even more to the notion that she didn't have to do this. She could have just been doing what she does on her streams, for what I know, and just avoided this type of headache. But alas, we're here, and you know what? Let me move past it. They made a settlement, and that's what she has to do. She has to settle. Tough.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the clients. The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the clients in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online.
All right, so now she's actually has to. Well, after she takes care of her lawyer's fees, she's all that money they raised is going back to Ethan. Jesus. Oof. Dang, they. Oh, this is. Yeah, this is a flogging session. I won't lie. This one is. I've never seen such flogging. This is, and every right to them to hold them accountable for their misconducts. But, oof, oof, oof. Spine's tingling. It's a little weird. I don't know. My spine's tingling. I don't really get to see stuff like this outside my shows. So, yeah, wow. So she pays her lawyers. She gives all the rest to Ethan. Then he can basically keep pushing the other lawsuits further. I don't remember their cases, but I don't. It's been a minute, and I don't care to refresh. But I think they're cooked. But I just knew Casey Tron was cooked from for a while anyway. But Frogan and uh who? Oh, yeah, Denims. Jesus Christ! All right, I'm having a senior moment. But we'll see how it goes for them. But yeah, this is a oof, this is something else. I'm not gonna lie, this flogging is crazy.
For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have three disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better.
Okay, I didn't really know that her and Asmund had beef like that. But that is wild. But it's also wild that yeah, Ethan just got her. Oh, this is some biblical flogging. Not gonna lie, biblical. Like like people in you can be strung up on the street in the four horsemen, and you'll probably be more comfortable than this flogging going on. Jesus Christ, because I don't know how deep their beef goes, but she didn't want to say that, but it doesn't matter. Ethan's just ooh, those demands are demanding. Ooh, be on your p's and q's, ladies and gentlemen, because we, me and you, we can't end up like this. We can't be flogged in the streets like this. That's the goal. No matter how bad it is, we are not getting flogged up like this. That is the goal.
I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on two people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not. I
All right. Well, yeah, that's kind of trash if you actually did that. Uh, People are just trying to live their lives, but yeah, hmm, she's just got to eat so much. This is a Thanksgiving dinner of flogging, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, mm, Not too deep on the Israel Palestine conflict, but yeah, I mean it's getting messy for everybody out there. But whew, she's be careful out here. All right, let's see what the next part is.
apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not.
All right, so most of it is that's probably the most of the situation of her apologies. It looks like I thought this was gonna be a lot different, or at least a lot more, but the countdown was a big part of it. So it's only like a couple minutes. So I don't know. All right, but let's. All right, what could we learn from this situation? We learn if you do have, discerns, discernments, or you do have some, your ideals or whatever, you can fight for them. No one's telling you not to fight for what you believe in, but you gotta make sure you're doing it in the best way possible. That you aren't strung up, you aren't delusional, and you aren't getting raked across the coals because you were doing some wild stuff, belligerently and maliciously and easily able to be proven, or you're gonna get flogged like this. Uh I've seen spankings on certain sites that were less kinky than this spank. Not gonna lie. this, this was this was this was something. I'm not gonna lie. This was a biblical spanking, and yeah, that's all you gotta do is like don't feel bad about what you believe in. Just make sure you aren't moving in a way that's contradictory to what you want, and try to understand the other side. That's the only way you can avoid getting backdoored, for lack of a better term, by this. Because if they had any truly wanting to come to terms to a answer to a problem or understanding, they would probably seek out or at least understand the other side. So it's not so deaf and so tone deaf and destructive to them. Because this is really sad. She didn't have to lose all this money. I don't know how much she makes, but she's been making a living doing it, and she's been taking care of her family. She didn't have to put this into jeopardy for it, but yeah, it's kind of sad. But this flogging is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This is what you see on the revenge anime. This shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie at all. But yeah, that's about it for what I could think of. Thanks for stopping by if you did, and like and subscribe, even though, yeah. But thanks. Have a great time.